Hi guys, just getting some food with Alfie. He's in the back there. Oh, there he is. Good boy. He does not like walking without the freedom to roam. He hates the lead on. He's a real country boy. But yeah, still too sick to go out for my mum's birthday, so we're getting a takeaway instead. I gotta go out during the week, but yeah, it's kind of indoors today, which I hate doing, and gives you time to reflect, which is not always a good thing. But 80 days sober, doing it the right way, and as I said, I did 9 months before. I'm aiming to go better this time, but one day at a time, as I keep saying. And yeah, it's kind of just made me reflect on a lot of things, that I'm not where I want to be in life, but this was bound to happen sooner rather than later. What I was doing before was not sustainable, and I was going to burn myself out sooner or later. Just I couldn't keep up what I was doing, and I felt like a lot of the pathways to success were blocked. It could have been made a lot easier for me, but through adults that didn't know how to handle me as a kid, and people treating me like I was a bad kid when really I was just a troubled kid who was looking for any sort of guidance. I didn't get an awful lot, I didn't get any really. My mum cared, but she didn't know what to do, and my dad just didn't seem to care a lot of the time. So it was difficult, but being sober, I can face my problems a lot easier, Like, I've had to face a lot of shit, like losing friends who weren't really friends, some of which I think maybe I need to patch up things with them, but a potential relationship that was looking like it was going to blossom, but it didn't. People talking about me behind my back. Lost jobs. A very tough 4.5 years in college as well, that I feel like, what was it all for? Because I'm not able to cope now. I broke down after college. I got through it, I just thought, have your mental breakdown after college, but now that it's happened, I'm kind of like, fuck, what do I do now? And I've applied for job after job, done interviews. I applied for jobs that I actually wanted while I was in a job that I didn't, because I heard you get a job when you're in a job. It didn't work out that way. People want experience. They want you to lie, basically, and give them all this spiel that you don't really believe. So just give me a fucking chance and I'll prove it to you. And a lot of shit that has happened over the years. But I think this is a rebuilding phase, and reevaluating everything in my life, and I think it's an important step now in my recovery, so I think it's a positive thing, all in all. There's a lot of unknowns, but I think I'm going about it the right way, and I'm building